with Mandy, and we are just going to have a little chat about your experience with me. So tell me, first of all, what made you book on for a call with me?
In the beginning, everything had got out of control. My eating had got out of control. I was not in touch with any of my emotions anymore, and I was just completely at a dead end.
So when we were talking on the phone, what was it? Just that you were ready for the change? Were you just ready for it?
I was ready for the change, but I also needed to find someone I connected with, and I connected with you.
Lovely. So tell me, how have I helped you? In what ways have I helped you?
Oh, you've completely changed my life. Not just my food eating, my relationship with food, but it's radiated out into every aspect of my life, my career, everything. You got me to recognise that I was emotional eating and I wasn't listening to my body. So that was the first thing we tackled, and you very quickly got me in tune with me recognising that it wasn't food I was seeking, it was something else, to the extent that I even had to pull the car over about week 4 to have a drink of water, and I was like, oh my God, that's never happened in my life. I can remember texting you really quickly like, I've just had to pull over for a drink.
That's so funny. And tell me, what were your results over the 13 weeks? What were your results? So we removed the emotional eating. We removed that. What else happened?
We removed the binge eating, which, touch wood, to this day is still gone.
Very good.
Very quickly, again, you pointed me in the right direction, and we done some BWRT, and I don't have that urge. I recognise the other emotional needs in me rather than eating. I now eat to survive, not to survive to eat, which at one point I thought that was the only nice thing left in my life was my food. It's not that at all. Everything's lovely. It's just it got all blown out of proportion.
And we've quite naturally lost weight, really, quite naturally.
I'm nearly 2 stone lighter. Inches gone, and for the first time, I had to buy a dressing gown because it had got stupidly big. For the first time, I have gone from XXL or XL to a medium.
Oh,
and the elation of buying this dressing gown was beyond anything else.
Good. Tell me, for those people that don't know me and know nothing about me, what would you say? Would you recommend what I do?
You've frozen with one eye open, which is rather scary right now.
You're back. So, would you recommend what I do, or to people that don't know?
Totally. I've actually had people in my professional life come up to me and say, what's changed? They've not come up to me and gone, oh, you've lost weight, although that's incredibly noticeable. They've gone, what's changed? There's a twinkle back in your eye that hasn't been there for a long, long time.
I do like a twinkle.
Yeah, we do like a twinkle in an eye. You know, the losing weight hasn't been difficult. In fact, I wouldn't say I've dieted. No. You've got me doing exercise. You've got me liking exercise. Which I never thought was humanly possible for one, but it is. And I've now resigned myself that for me to be healthy, because again, I've not looked at scales. I've looked at, I want to achieve a healthy BMI, rather, because I was so fixated on the scales in the beginning. You taught me how to ditch that. It's a number we don't want to look at. Well, not that we don't want to look at, but there are other ways. It
doesn't tell you how wonderful you are. It doesn't tell you how great you feel, does it?
Yeah. So I've resigned my life that on a Monday and a Friday, for the rest of my days, I'm going to have to do half an hour at least in the gym. But I quite like it. And when something pops up and I can't get there, I'm like, oh my goodness. In fact, it was half term and I can't take my daughter, who's 14, into the gym because you have to be 16. And I couldn't even porcupine it. That. But we went to the park and used the outdoor gym equipment. So there are ways.
I love an outdoor gym.
Yeah. And
so, well, listen,
it's just like, yeah.
It's been a joy. It's been absolutely fabulous. Thank you for doing this testimonial for me.
No, I would recommend you to anyone. And like I said, people have been coming up and saying, what's changed? And I've sort of like pointed them in your direction, said, have a look at this lady. because it's not just what you do, it's how you do it. It's you've been there. You can relate to everything I've said, and I bet you relate to everything your other clients say. We have a connection, and you're on our path and you're on our back, and I like that. I need someone sometimes to say, hey, you missus, Kent checked in.
Yeah, tell me. It's a bit quiet. What's going on? Right? Well, listen, thank you, and it's been a joy.